Just before questions, Chief, as you can imagine, I think all of us want, on some level, to have an important level of professional deference to frontline firefighters. And given your professional role, and given the sponsorship from Senator Vanderweg and the Washington State Council of Firefighters, I'm just curious, is it your professional view that sort of evidence-based best practices around the country as this chemical evolve, as understanding of the chemical evolves and additional research, is it your judgment that alternatives exist or are in the process of existing, and so is your support predicated under a belief that just professionally that there's better alternatives underway?
Well, I think first, not all flammable liquefiers are the same, correct? I think that there's kind of a flawed concept out there. I think fluorine-based foams are an amazing product. When it was created, I believe that the product was created and performance requirements were, they saw what it could do and it worked very, very well. So it works for the refineries, and it works for the big, large tank fires as it was just represented. I believe at airports that we're not dealing with that same environment. So the mil-spec foam that we use today that we're mandated by the FAA to use was created for shipboard firefighting. And the testing methodology for that foam is really indicative of how they fight fires aboard a ship, not how I would fight fires at an airport. My peers around the world, I can say Heathrow Airport, fire chief there, I've had significant dialogue with him. Their regulator over there, they think that they have a product that works very well for their environment. So I think what happens often is that we confuse and we attach it to mil-spec or fluorinated foams today are used aboard shipboards, refineries, and at airports. I spent 20 years working for the Boeing company as a manufacturer. We designed those aircraft and so does Airbus and others, to handle an impact. And if the tanks are breached, we're not dealing with pooling fuel fires. We're dealing with fires that seep into the ground. As an example, in Denver, they had a 737 go off the airport and crash, and they remediated fuel 28 feet below the surface. So we're not dealing with these pooling fires that you would see at a refinery and other locations. That's why I make my assessment. And also, we have used fluorine-free foam in testing. In what I call firefighting testing is putting it in a truck and fighting fire, not a testing methodology that's either an ICAO specification or a mil-spec specification. My firefighters cannot tell the difference. And I've purchased 700 gallons of ICAO level C fluorine-free foam, used it at Dallas-Fort Worth very successfully. It bubbled well. It doesn't provide a film forming which is identified in the mil-spec, but it does a bonding. So we've dragged hose through it, try to break up the blanket, it still reseals. We're very confident that there are going to be products out there that we're going to be able to use in the future.
Great, thank you very much, appreciate that.